What's up, YouTube? It's your girl PorshaWhite.
Something's wrong. She always comes home by
Babe, say your name. Why do you always gotta be extra?
That's me.
Bye. Get out.
How you gonna get out? It's Porsha.
Alright, get out.
Come on, we gotta be serious. Dang.
Babe, get out.
Come on, we gotta talk about our hardships and times.
Babe, this is not about your hardships.
I said ours.
This is about mine.
It's ours.
Babe, but this is not the part where you talk.
Their eyes were just big black holes.
No, babe, you come in when I talk.
D gang out, bro. D gang out. Fuck this. I'm Bob, bro. He broke up the
was
group.
looking for her.
Alright, guys, so this is part 2 of the video. In this video, I'm gonna tell you everything that happened to me after I threw dirt on God's name and stuff. Like when I was telling him I don't believe in you no more. Why would you let my brother die? I was telling him all types of stuff like, you're not real. Are you real? Just questioning him. You know, you don't supposed to question God. And speaking bad on him. So I think I left off at when the second time I was trying to kill myself and I was home. So basically I'm gonna start from there. So y'all know that part. So in order for you guys to understand part 2, you have to watch part 1. You have to watch every part to know why I went through what I went through. So basically this is where I'm gonna start. Okay, so I'll say I suffered for about, so Adrian died in October. Then you put ice in it? Okay. So Adrian died, thank you. So Adrian died in October. So November, December, January, February, March. So I suffered for a good 5 months. 5 months straight. Oh my gosh. The worst months of my life. Each month something bad happened, something a tiny good happened, but it didn't really, I'm not gonna say really good. And I meant to write down notes so I can really tell y'all. And before I begin, again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Comment, subscribe to this, comment on this video, and just please subscribe to my channel, share my channel, our channel. This is me and Deandra's channel. Honestly, I just put my story up here because it's going to be about us. So babe, you can come in here. He hating, y'all. He hating. Okay, guys. So I just want to make sure I have all facts when I tell y'all stuff. So I had to grab my work phone because y'all know my personal phone I'm recording on. So yeah. Okay, so I'll say everybody know Adrian had a baby on the way, right? So he had his baby mom was named Quay. She was about, I don't know how far along she was, and this is where it started to I'll say the bad started. This was the first thing that happened to me. Well, the first things that happened to me was me trying to kill myself, my falling into depression. So, and I told you guys about that in part 1. There's a third time, and I'm gonna tell you guys in part 3. So it's I always been told to by pastors and just people and stuff that I'm basically the glue in my family. I keep my family together. I was the only one in my family. Basically, I was the only one in my family that went to church every Sunday. Y'all got, when I tell y'all, I went to church every Sunday. And I just kept my family. They was I would pray for my family. Everybody just told me I'm the glue of my family. Everything that happens bad is gonna come to me first, because I gotta be the one to tell people. Like, people always prophesied that to me. Like, they always told me that's just me. That was gonna be me. And yeah, they were right, because that always happens. So first thing that happened, I'll say this is the month of November. It's in the beginning. So around this time, we're planning. She was far along enough that we could find out the gender. So I say she was almost 4 months pregnant. So about 3 or 4 months pregnant. So boom, we're planning the gender reveal and stuff. The gender reveal. So I was the person that's supposed to be planning the gender reveal, and I'm trying to find something while I'm talking to y'all. So I was the person that was supposed to be planning the gender reveal. So of course I'm taking her to her doctor's appointment to see what the gender is. So with me taking her to her doctor's appointment to see what the gender is, we're going. So that whole day, the same way I felt like something bad was going to happen, like when Adrian died, I felt the same way the day when we had to go find out what the gender was. So boom, we're on our way to find out what the gender is or whatever. So we're on our way to the hospital, and I still had that same feeling, like I said, but of course I wasn't gonna tell her that. Like, she was excited, we both was excited. So when we got there, whatever, we sat, waited like a normal people do. As soon as we went to the back, we waited for her doctor. Her doctor came in and she was like, okay, well, let's check on the baby or whatever. And we're like, okay. And oh, you know what? The crazy thing is, we wasn't going to see what the gender was. I was just taking her to her doctor's appointment. That's exactly what I was doing. So I was taking her to her doctor's appointment to check up on the baby, and then we were going to find out what the gender was like a little bit time. No, I really can't remember if we were finding out what the gender was, but it doesn't matter. We still went, basically. So let's skip that. We was on our way there. So we went. We're in the back room where, you know, they check you and all this stuff. So she was like, well, let's just listen to the baby heartbeat and stuff. So she's like, okay. So she couldn't find the baby heartbeat with just her laying on a regular table with the gel and stuff. So then she was like, okay, let me check another way. So she couldn't find the baby heartbeat that way. So then she was like, okay, let me, what's the thing, you know, when you go in the dark room, she was like, let's just see the baby. Let's just see him. So, you know, went in the dark room and you can see the baby on the screen. I don't know what it's called because I don't have no kids. I forgot. So we went in the dark room thingy to see the baby or whatever. And that's when, what happened? That's when she couldn't, but it wasn't the same nurse. It wasn't the same, her actual, like, doctor, gynecologist, I think that's what you call them. I don't know, but look, you call them, y'all get what I'm saying, though. It wasn't her saying gynecologist. I think that's what you call them. It was a different lady that was checking, because she was like, just check for me, let them listen to the baby heartbeat, see it. So as the lady was sitting there checking, I still felt like my stomach was boiling. Like, I'm like, Lordy, like, something just don't feel right. So the lady not saying nothing, and me and Quay see the baby. Like, we can see it's a little tiny peanut. It's like so cute. So we were like, oh, look. And she was like, that's not the baby. She was like, I can't find the baby. She said something like that. She couldn't find the baby. And we thought we seen the baby, but we actually did see the baby. It was the baby. So we're like, no, the baby right there, but they just couldn't hear the baby. That's what it was. She couldn't hear the baby. So she thought, since she couldn't hear the baby, she wasn't seeing the baby either, but the baby was like a little peanut. So, well, of course it looked like that on camera. So she was like, you know, if y'all know Quay like blunt and stuff. So she was like, I just think you don't know what you're doing, like that. So she was like, I want my other doctor in here. So the lady proceeded to get Quay's other doctor, and she got the doctor, and the doctor came in. She was like, well, let me take a look and stuff. So she got it. She was looking, but she didn't say nothing. So by that time, I already knew that the baby didn't make it. The baby. So I'm just like, just sitting there like, dang, like I know something. She about to tell us something bad. She was like, can y'all come with me in my office? Because her doctor already knew that my brother had just passed away and stuff. And, you know, breaking the news that, like, your brother passed away, your baby daddy passed away, and your child, like, that's hard. So, as we proceeded to go to the office, she was just telling us, like, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but the baby didn't make it, And the weirdest thing about it is she told us that the baby actually passed when Adrian passed. Like, she gave us the date and all. She was like, because I believe the last time Quay went to check on the baby was on Adrian's birthday. That was October the 18th. And she told us the baby stopped growing on October the 19th. So that's the day Adrian died. It's just crazy. So that was the first thing that happened bad to us because we really, really wanted that baby bad, y'all. Because y'all don't understand. That's all we had left of my brother. So we wanted the baby so freaking bad. So, you know, we're crying. We're leaving the hospital. And, you know, of course she's going to blame herself for it. But I'm just like, no, don't blame yourself. It's okay. Because she was already going through stuff. Like, she already had lost some of her family already. So she already had like 4 deaths in 1 month. So that was just hard for her anyway. So I'm just like, it's okay. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself for it. It's gonna be okay. So even though deep down inside I was really hurt, but still trying to encourage her because that's her child. Like, I never lost a child. I don't know how I feel. So, and the whole time, like, she was carrying a dead baby in her after my brother died. Like, we didn't go to the hospital, to her next checkup till like weeks after. So she was carrying a dead baby inside her the whole time, didn't even know. So that makes the situation even worse. Not trying to put her business out, but I'm pretty sure she don't care if she's telling. So that's something that happened. We lost the baby that we really was depending on to get here because that's all we had left of Adrian. We were so excited. So we lost the baby. I had to go tell my mom. I had to go tell everybody. And, you know, everybody's feelings was hurt. So boom, that's one. So this is still the month of November. Around this time, again, my car started acting completely stupid. So the whole time, the car I used to have I used to drive a Kia Optima hybrid. And hybrids is basically, it's like a electric car, but it takes gas. Some of them just take the little electric pumps, if y'all know what I'm talking about. But my car, it took electric and gas. So basically, for my car to work, I had to drive it. So you have to keep driving it. And if the hybrid battery go down in the car, like the hybrid battery itself costs like from $9,000 to and up. The battery itself. And I had 2 batteries. I had a hybrid battery and I had a regular car battery. Okay, so boom. A long time ago when I first bought my car, the dealership had did something to my car that they didn't want to take care of. They waited till my warranty ran out to tell me that they couldn't help me no more. So boom, I was just stuck with that car for a long time. But that was my first car. I really liked that car. So I didn't care, bro. Like, I cared, but you know that when it's your first car, you like, okay. Like, and I was young. I didn't want to keep fussing back and forth with the dealership. That was my first car, bro. So I'm just like, okay. So from there on, it always gave me a problem. But around this time, it really started to act crazy. Like, it just felt like everything was going out on me. Everything was giving up on me as I was giving up on myself. So my car started to give up on me. And I'm just like, and this is around Thanksgiving, Black Friday time. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I might just go buy me another car. Knowing I really don't got money to be spending like that because I just blew so much money. I don't know where I blew it at. I still don't know to this day. I was so depressed. So sometimes when you be depressed, you just be buying stuff. Like, whoever did that, like when you were in the moment where you just said you buy stuff. That's me. If I'm sad, I feel like buying something that I like will make me happy. But nothing made me happy, honestly. So I go to the car dealership or whatever, and I decide to buy me a new car. So I bought me a new car, guys. I was so excited. And guess what, y'all? Oh my gosh. Like 2 days later, the car, not even 2 days, like 2-3 days later, the car dealership calls me back like, hey, you gotta bring the car back. The bank thing didn't go through, da da da. So I'm just like, yo, like really, like, and the car I had bought me before I got the Benz that I got now, the car that I had bought me was so freaking dope, y'all. Like, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna show you the exact car that I bought me, and it was nice. I'm gonna show y'all, it was so nice. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice, y'all? So, okay, I had bought that car. So boom, I bought the car. Their car dealership called me back and was like, you gotta bring it back because the bank loan didn't go through. So basically, I went on a weekend, and I guess the banks don't be open on the weekend, so they can give you a pre-approval, but it's not approved. So they didn't tell me that. They just told me I was approved. Like, I was riding in that car for a good week. And if they call you, and if the car dealership call you back within 7 days, they can't take the car back. I looked it up and everything because I was so mad. I'm like, y'all cannot do this. Y'all cannot do that. Da, da. So basically, they wanted me to. So I'm just like, so what do I have to do to keep the car? So they was like, you got to come up with like, was it four? I think it was $4,000. Yeah, I had to come up with $4,000 for a deposit. And mind you, I never had to pay a deposit in my life. When I got my first car, I got approved like this. So I never had to pay a deposit in my life. So I was just like, $4,000 for a deposit, bro. So I'm like, I got $2,000, which I really didn't have. I had like $1,000 to put down, and then I was going to end up like overdrawing my bank account because I just wanted the car so bad. That's how bad I wanted, y'all. Like, I was really struggling at this point, and I ain't tell nobody. I was making some dumb decisions. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, I didn't care about life that bad because I just really wanted to keep that car. I did not want to get my old car back. So boom, I end up having to take the car back because I didn't have $4,000 to give them. And I called crying to everybody like, it's okay. Like, I'm just like, forget it. It's okay. So around this time, I gave the car back, got my car back. So I'm dealing with a stupid car, and I end up getting the car. The whole time, it really wasn't my hybrid battery. I ended up finding that it was my actual battery. So they replaced the battery, so I was good. Boom. I thought I was good. So got the car. So boom, this November over. That's all the bad happened in November. So November, y'all, we lost the baby, and what else happened? We lost the baby, and I got a car. I had to take it back. So December comes. So in December, I'm not gonna say like really much bad happened, but in December is really where I really like was giving up like on myself, giving up on God. The only thing good that happened in December is that DeAndre asked, can he marry me? And I said yes, of course. And I said yes. I've been with him almost 7 years now, so I'm like, yeah, I'll marry you. I'll say towards the end of December, I had some misconfusion in a place where I think that I shouldn't have had misconfusion from. So basically, just to sum it all up, because I really don't want to talk about this topic because it's just a lot. But I'm gonna just say, I love church. I love church because I just had a big misunderstanding there, and I had to leave. I felt like really bad at this point because I felt like nobody cared about me, and I knew that, and everybody knew that I was like going through depression, and I felt like nobody cared about me, and I felt like church was the only place that I had a real place to cry and a place to weep because I was really depressed. Like nothing was going right for me. I was really freaking depressed, y'all. Like I was so depressed. Like I can't even tell y'all how depressed I was, but I was depressed. So I ended up leaving church, leaving my home church and trying to find another church. So but that's when I started to really give up on God, because I'm just like, wow, not even in church. I can't go to church. I was just confused, like God, like you really not real. Like that's how I was putting it. Like you really not real. Like you not, like all I do for you, God. I was just saying like all I done for you, God, and this is how you doing me and stuff. Like talking real bad junk. So, and this was around New Year's time. So this going into the New Year's. So going into the New Year's, it was already hard because I'm just like, I don't even got my brother here. Like I'm already depressed. So going to New Year's, I was really depressed. So I ended up going to a different, finding a different church to go to. So as I was finding a different church to go to, I really didn't want to go to no other church because I was just, at this point, I was just sick of going, basically. You put it like that. I was sick of going to churches because I just felt like it was stupid to go to churches, and because I was just so depressed, though. I don't think that way now, but I just felt like all churches are just stupid. They're the same. Like, that's how I started to feel about church. Like, I really did, because I'm just like, how can't you just go to a place that God, like, calls home to let out your emotions and stuff? And I was really hurt about it. So I didn't want to go to church. But, you know, DeAndre was my fiance at the time. So he started dragging me into church. Like, nah, you ain't about to start doing that, Porsche. Like, you got to get up, you got to go. Like, so I ended up going. So I ended up going to some church. I don't know the name of the church, but I ended up going to this church, and I kind of liked it, but it was just a small church, and I just said I didn't want to, like, I really attend that one. I didn't really, because I was just heartbroken and stuff. So as I went to this new church, and this is in January, so mind you, I don't got no money. I'm broke. I don't have nothing. I'm lying to my clients, like all this stuff, like, cause that, and I'm the reason why I didn't have no money, because I wasn't trying to make no money. I ain't tell my mom I ain't had no money. I ain't tell my fiance I had no money. I just didn't tell nobody nothing, cause I was depressed. So in January is where I really went broke. Like, I actually took my Navy Federal card and went, like, I think I owed Navy Federal like $2,000 because I overdrafted my cards, and I kept on overdrafting them and kept overdrafting them and kept overdrafting them, and I overdrafted them $500 a piece. But then after all the fees and stuff that I kept overdrafting them, it started to add up. So that's how it came up to be like almost $2,000, and I didn't tell nobody. And This was in January. Then that's when they said that I got a notice in the mail that my car was about to get taken from me. Y'all, I got a notice that, first I got a notice in the mail, but I didn't see the notice in the mail at first. Then I got a call from Navy Federal, that's who my car was financed to. So I got a call from Navy Federal that my car was about to be taken from me. And I'm just like, well, forget it, take it. Like, at this point, I didn't have no care in the world. Take it. Don't got no money to pay. Don't got that. My car payment was about, I'll say, my car payment ended up being almost 3 months behind. It was almost 3 months behind. And y'all, my car payment back then was nothing. My car payment was only like $260. So that really was nothing to pay for me. But I didn't have no money to pay it, so I couldn't pay it. So my car payment was due. What else was due? Probably everything in the world. I mean, everything else, basically, anything that me and DeAndre didn't pay together and I paid separately was due. And because I didn't tell him. Like, I was not gonna wear him to death because I don't put my problems on him. I don't do that. But I mean, now that we're husband and wife, we tell each other things because we have to, because it's gonna fall on either one of us if we don't do it. But we don't go through stuff like that. That's just the past. That's the past. So I was behind on my car payment. In January they was telling me like cause the reason why, okay, and I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why I was really behind on my car payment. When I got my car, they told me not to pay when I got the new car that I showed you guys, they told me not to pay the car payment. So when I had to take the car back, I end up like, cause when I had got that new car, I didn't had to pay my car payment until like the next 2 months, till like January. That's what they told me. I didn't have to pay in January. So, and back then I was I was a good saver, but I'm not as good as I am now. So I would spend money, like I would blow money, like literally. So, I spent all the money, so I didn't have the money to pay it, bro. I didn't have the money to pay it. And then that's when the car dealership was trying to work something out with me. They was like, well, we can give it to you, and they were just confusing me. So boom, basically I just say when I got the car, I spent the money for my bills, so I didn't have the money to pay my car payment, and I wasn't doing no hair, so I didn't have no money to make. And if I don't tell nobody nothing, closed mouths don't get fed. So nobody knew that I was behind on my car payment. I never been behind on my car payment. I never been late on my car payment, not once in my life. So like, what? I was behind. So then after a while, I'm gonna tell y'all when I told. So boom, we back in January. So January they sent me the notice like, hey, one more car payment where we need your car. We'll come take your car. You're in debt this amount of dollars. You got this amount of extra to pay because you're late. So I'm just like, man, I'm like, not paying that no mind. They come get the car. They come get the car. So then back to the church thing. So as I'm about to lose my car, I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my faith. So I go to this church. So I go to this church, right? And the pastor, this was my second time coming there because I went one Sunday in January in the beginning, and then I went another Sunday. So I go to this church, and the man was like, hey, he called, the pastor basically, he called me out to the front, and he was like, hey, what do you do for a living? And basically, if you go to church, when a pastor calls you, they doing a prophecy, so it's called prophesying to you, basically telling you what you'll be in the future, or they just prophesy something that will happen into your life. Basically, that's what it is. So he began to prophesy to me, and he began to tell me that I have to stop trying to smile in my pain, and I have to let my pain go. And he told me that he sees a lot of heavy weight on my shoulders, but today will be the day that this weight is coming off my shoulders. So I'm just like, man, he's telling the truth. He asked me what I do for a living. He was like, I told him hair. He was like, I can see it. he asked me, what did I want for my business? He asked me how was it going. And I was like, it's okay. But he was like, but it's not well enough. I was like, no, sir, not at this point. Because at first, like before Adrian died, oh yeah, business was great. Because that's because I had a goal, I had a strive, I had an urge. I didn't have nothing in my way. But when my brother died, I just fell into depression. So that was my fault. Like, I was losing clientele because I did not want to do the work. So so he was like I said, he was like, it's not going well enough. And he was like, do you ship products? What do you ship at? And I was like, in 2 other states. And that was only Atlanta and North Carolina where I was shipping stuff at. Was Atlanta and North Carolina. So he prophesied. This is the thing that he told me. He told me, 1, the weight was going to be lifted off my shoulders. I was going to get through whatever I was going through. He didn't even know my brother died. I did not know this man from a can of paint. Y'all, I never met this man a day in my life. Been to his church 1 time, then the day he prophesied to me was the 2nd time. Only 2 times out of my life. So he told me, 1, the weight was going to be lifted off my shoulders. 2, he told me my business was going to grow. 3, he told me that everything that I want, he told me that I was going to be somebody in life. He told me to go back to school and get my hair license, because where I'm going to need it, because God is going to do things for me like miraculously that I don't never imagined. Then he told me 4, he told me what else he said? He told me to pray. He told me I had to pray. He said I had to let it go and pray. That's what this man told me. Then he told me 5. He told me, well, 5 is when he told me let it go and pray. But 4, he told me by the time June comes, and June, I'm talking about June of this year. So this is 2020. He told me by the time June comes, everything that I prayed for and everything that I wanted will be done. That's what he told me. So I'll just tell y'all, that's what the man told me, okay? So boom, I got that prophecy. So like I said, I'll say February is when I really lost all my clients. Not all of them, but I was probably I went from making, y'all, and this is when I'm not going to tell you guys how much money I make now, but this is back then. I was making about $1,000 to $1,500 every week. And I went from making $1,000 to $1,500 every week to making about maybe $100 to $200 every week. Now you do that math and you ask me, how do you go from living like that to living like that and that quick? Because I was not trying to do no clients. Like, I would do, only clients that I would do was the ones that was actually the most faithful to me. Any upcoming new people, I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to do your hair either. So, and it was even hard for me to do my newest clients, my faithful clients, because I didn't want to do nothing, y'all. When I tell you I didn't want to do nothing, I cried. The whole month of January, I cried. Oh yeah, so January was the last time I tried to kill myself as well. So boom, how it happened is, it was the end of January. I was just crying. I was crying so bad because I missed my brother so much. Mind you, the pastor told me I had to pray and I had to let this go. I really had to pray. So I haven't prayed yet. I didn't take what he told me. I didn't take it seriously, because in order to accept prophecies like that, you have to believe it in your heart. When a person is telling you something, you got to believe it with them just as well as they believe in it and having faith for your life. You have to believe it for yourself and have faith for your own life, y'all. So I was just really giving up at this point. So I was driving one day. I was in the car by myself. I believe I was coming from my mother-in-law's house or something. And I used to always try to listen to this song, More Than I Can Bear. It's like God will never put more on you than you're able to bear. So it's a song called More Than I Can Bear. I think it's by Kurt Franklin or something like that. It was a nice song. So I was driving. I'm just like, well, why do I feel so heavy? Why do I feel like I got all this weight on my shoulders? Why this? Why that? So I was driving. So I began to drive fast, and I was driving really, really fast, y'all. Like, I had that kill, so the kill went up to 160, and I think at this point I was going like 120, 130, and I was driving praying that the wheel would just flip and, you know, the car crashed, but it's just like something in my spirit, like I just couldn't kill myself. Like, it's just like, that's how I know I'm just not meant to be dead or something, or I'm not meant to die yet, not yet, because God is using me to do his work. So it's not meant to be. So that's all. I wouldn't say like I was saved by someone. Nobody called me at that point. At that point is when I just had my breaking point, and I broke down. Like, I broke down. Like, I pulled over, like, because I couldn't crash. I didn't have the guts to, like, steer my wheel the other way to crash and kill myself. So I couldn't do it. So boom, I didn't do it. And I pulled over into a car, and I was just, you know, this might sound like a movie to y'all, but like, you know, hitting the car like, why? I hate my life. Like, y'all, I hated my life so freaking much. I really wanted to die. I'm not lying to y'all. I wanted to die. D-I-E. However other way you spell it, I wanted to die. So I ended up not killing myself. So February came. At the end of January, I told myself, I'm not going to cry no more. I'm not going to keep going through this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Like, I told myself, I'm not going to do it no more. So in February, in the beginning, I still cried because I still felt like I didn't have nobody. It was just a lot going on. Like, I lost a lot of friendship. I lost a lot of, and not that I care about the friendships, because I never cared about losing a friend and stuff. But, and it wasn't, that sounds so messed up, but it wasn't like me losing the friend. It wasn't like it was me more of pushing my friends away, you know? And I almost lost my relationship. Did. I'll say the whole time, I put DeAndre through hell. Like, I would tell him, like, why do you want to marry me? And I would tell him, like, why do you want to be with me? Like, I'm like, I tell him I don't have nothing no more. Like, because I had stuff. And going from having things to not having nothing, that's like, that feels bad. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, that feels so bad. So I would push DeAndre away, like, leave, like, because, you know, he stayed with me and my mom at the point. So, well, he stayed with his parents too, but, like, he stayed at my mom's house every night. So, basically, yeah, he stayed with us. So, because I was his girl. So, I would tell him, like, go home to your mom's house. Go home. Like, just get out. Like, I would push him away, like, try everything. Like, I would tell him, like, if I would, like, y'all, I'm not saying, I would tell him, like, one day you're going to wake up and I'm just going to be laying beside you dead. Like, because I was so, like, depressed, and I was so mean to him, y'all. I was so mean. Like, I'm like, get out, go to your mom's house. Why do you want to be here? I'm like, I told him I don't want to be married to him. I told him to take his ring back. I told him, like, I don't want to be with you. Like, I was telling him everything, like, leave, because I just wanted to be by myself. Like, I really wanted to be by myself. But I felt so bad because, you know, like I said in my other video, I told y'all that Adrian and DeAndre had a tight relationship, like a really, really tight relationship. And I was so stubborn, and I was being so stingy. Like, I was being so stubborn, not noticing that, like, he had a relationship with my brother too. So, like, how you gonna push somebody away and they had a relationship with them too, and he trying to be strong for me? So, like, it's making me teary-eyed because, like, I was really, really mean to him, and DeAndre stood by me the whole time. Like, he stood by me the whole time. He did not leave my side, not once. Even after I told him, like, you're gonna wake up to me, I'm gonna be dead. I told him, why do you want to marry me? I don't have nothing. He didn't care that I didn't have nothing. He stood with me the whole time, bro. Like, the whole time through my depression. Like, and, like, y'all, imagine if he would have left me. I would have been worse. Like, I would have been worse. And not one day did he say he was gonna leave. it just that he did get to his breaking point. Like, he did, because he was tired of me telling him, like, leave me alone, I don't want to be with you and stuff. He was tired of me telling him that. So he, like, told me, like, one day he just couldn't take it no more. He was like, Porsha, I'm not going nowhere. You got to get this through your head. I'm not going nowhere. Like, you're my fiance. I love you. Like, I've been with you for 6 years now. Like, I'm not going nowhere. He was like, everything you go through, I'm going to go through with you. Like, I'm your man. Like, he did not leave me, and I really that's why I love my husband, y'all. And I be doing, like, extra stuff now, like, baby, hey, like, I be all up on him because I know that I was dead wrong, but I apologized and stuff, but I was depressed, and he understood that I was depressed, so that's why he didn't, like, you know, attack me or nothing, because he knew that I was depressed. He knew I didn't mean that stuff, but not once have he ever walked out on my life. Not once. Even when I tried to make him do everything in my world, say the meanest stuff to him to leave me, he did not. That's the only thing that bad happened to me. I did not lose my good man, because I got a good man, honey, okay? So I didn't lose him. So then after that, I promised myself, after DeAndre put me in my place, because he did put me in my place, he had to smack my little head a little bit to like tell me, like, babe, like, you gonna get through this. Like, he would tell me, like, we gonna get through this together. Like, we gonna get through this. So then that's when February came, y'all. So what happened? So starting back, we lost the baby. I bought a new car, but that got taken from me. I left my home church. I tried to kill myself for the 3rd time. I lost my finances. I lost my clientele. And almost lost my business. I lost my mind. I lost my faith. I lost my everything. I thought I lost God, but I never lost God. If y'all ever read this, I want y'all to read something. It's called Footprints in the Sand. And it tells you something about, and I'm about to tell you guys, after everything I've been through, the good that happened to me. But if you ever read this poem, it's called Footprints in the Sand. And it tell you how it was 4 sets of footprints in the sand, but it began to only be 2 sets of footprints in the sand. And when it was 2 footprints in the sand, the person thought God had left them, but God didn't. The whole time, the 2 footprints that was left in the sand was God's footprints, because God was carrying them. So the gist of all that is, what I'm telling you guys is, the time that we think that God has given up on us is the time that we give up on God. And remember, Porsha told you this, because I came up with that myself. One day I was just sitting there and I told my husband that. I don't know what made me say that, but what I mean by that is, the time that we think that God has given up on us, the time that we say, God, why this, and God, why that, God is not giving up on you. He's picking you up off your feet, because he know you cannot handle this by yourself. God is with you at every moment. That's just the time that we need to believe and push on God more and ask for more from God. So the times that you think that God has given up on you, he hasn't. It's just the time that you're giving up on God. It's the time that you're losing your faith in God. Because remember, everything that you ask for from God, and he does it for you, and then when it's something that you ask for God, and that you think that he don't do it for you, honey, it's already done. Everything that you speak over your life positively, and sometimes even negatively, it will happen. That's why you got to speak more positive vibes over your life. Get away from negative energy. Get away from all that stuff. So basically, I'm just telling you, February was my breaking point. February was the point when I said, I'm not crying no more. I'm not doing this no more. February was when I prayed. When I tell y'all, let me tell y'all something. I pray all the time. But when I tell y'all I prayed in February, it just was one day. It was one day. I can't tell you the exact day though. It was one day I prayed to God a tearful prayer. And you know, when you cry to God in your prayers, you know you mean that, Jane. And I feel like that's all God was waiting for me to do, was to ask for his forgiveness, tell him what I needed. Because he knew everything that I was going through, bro. He knew everything. So I had to pray. And I prayed and I was like, God, I'm sorry. I said, I'm about to tell you exactly what I prayed for. Let me put this cup down. I said, God, forgive me, for I have cursed your names, spoke bad on your name. I said, God, I can't take this no more. I'm going through enough. I can't do this no more. I said, God, give me financial blessings. God, give me business growth. I said, God, give me clientele. I said, God, make my life great again. I said, and then I said so much other stuff. But I said the number one thing I asked God to do was to use me. I said, God, if you answer my prayer, use me the way you want me to be used. Use me to do your works, to tell people what you helped me with. I prayed. This is what I prayed to God. And I feel like me sharing my story with y'all is me doing the work of God, telling y'all what God done for me, so y'all can know and y'all can believe that he is really real. I'm doing my works. So boom. And this is not my first time telling this story. I done told people, but this time I'm telling the world, because I got to do my works. This is a promise that I made to God. Sometimes when God does it for us, we forget the promises that we made to God. And God will knock on your door and remind you, you promised me that you would do this. So you have to do this. So I have to do this. Like I promise him. Because the same way God can get it from you, give it to you, he can take it away. So I'm gonna tell you, I prayed. Now this is in February. I prayed, y'all. After that prayer, the next day I woke up, my life began to turn around. Like stuff started happening good. Like clients just started coming out of the blue. Like I got my groove back. Like, you know how Stella got her groove back? Portia got her groove back, baby. So I got my groove back. I got back on my stuff. I was getting on my stuff. So I went to my mom and I'm like, hey mom, I know you tired of me coming, but I need about like $500 to get some hair. I'm like, if you can just give me something to get some hair. So if y'all know my mama always come through for me. That's the only parent, ain't no sugarcoating or nothing. It is what it is. That's the only parent that ever came through for me like that. Like, my mom is my everything. The only person, period, that always will come through if I need anything. So my mom threw me the money, like, okay, go ahead and get it, baby. So boom, I got my first. That's when I got this. Now mind y'all, I prayed for business growth. I prayed for all this, and this is in March. So if y'all can see it, that's when I got this. If y'all would look on my Instagram and stuff, that's when I got this. I don't know if y'all can see it, but boom, I got that. That's when I got that little inventory. That's a little inventory, and that was March 4th. So, that was about $3,000 worth of inventory that I had got. So boom, I got that because I had some other money that I put towards it because I just needed a little bit off my mom. So boom, I got that. Clientele started popping back, started getting my little groove back. So that was in March. So then that's when I began to sell lip gloss, all this stuff. So I'll say in February, guys, remember this will remember, right? I prayed for business growth, financial blessings, March is when I made my first $10,000. Now, mind y'all, I used to make like $4,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 a month back then. I never made $10,000 a month in my life, so I didn't know what the freak to do with it. Like, I was shocked. I was like, cause then I began to take my life more serious. Cause at this point, I'm planning a wedding. I gotta move out my mom's house in a couple of months, so I had to keep a calculation on my money and stuff. So I had really legit made my business a legit business. So it kept a count of all my money. So boom, I made $10,000 that first month. And when I asked, that was my financial blessing that I asked from God, because when I asked God for that financial blessing, I asked God to double my finances, and God tripled my finances. So ever since then, I'll just say it's been a blessing. Okay, that's what we're gonna say. It's been a blessing. So God answered prayer for my financial blessings. So boom, financial blessings is there. So I'll say that's March, January, February, March, April. In April, more clientele, more everything. And let me see. When was it? I'm trying to get everything right. So in April again, boom. More financial blessings, more business booming. Like y'all, everything is happening so fast, like so fast. So business booming, financially stable. I'm fine, like caught up on everything, right? So let's get to March, April, May. Let's get from May. Let's get June. Let's go all the way to June, because May, March to May. Okay, so then I'm gonna tell y'all, me and DeAndre was on the way to purchase a home. So we're about to buy a home, but we end up buying a home. As you guys can see, this is an apartment. We have a very nice apartment for our first apartment though. So we end up getting an apartment because like look, things didn't go right, but God just told me in my mind, when it's time for you to have something, I'm gonna give it to you as quick as I'm giving you everything else. So boom, that just set in my head like, well, just not time yet. But we got approved for something, but it was just not what we wanted. So it's just like when God wants you to have something, he'll give it to you like so smooth. So boom, skip that. So then June comes. I prayed a long time ago. I spoke over my life when I bought my first car. And out of all my years of buying cars, I always bought my own cars. The only time I had to have a co-signer is when back in November when I had got that other car that I showed y'all. I had to have a co-signer for that one. But you know, when God gives you something, he'll give it to you, only you. You won't need no help with it. So that's why I couldn't keep that car that I had. So so my car began to act up. The Kia it started to act up. So I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, Lord, and this is about time June come. So mind y'all, the pastor told me about time June come, I will have everything that I needed. I had my financial stability. I had my clientele. I had a car on my way to buying my first apartment, all that stuff. I had everything I needed. I just needed a new car, y'all. Hold on, let me sit up. When I tell y'all, I went to the dealership. That night, my car started to act stupid. I was sitting there, I was sitting on my mother-in-law's couch, like, my law. In the morning, I'm about to just go buy a Benz, girl. And we both started laughing, like, girl. I'm like, girl, nah, you know I can't. I ain't gonna do that right now. That's stupid. But I really wanted it. So then that night, I just started looking up Benz on the dealership. I just started looking up cars. And I seen one online that I wanted. So when I went there, y'all, right? The man that sold me the car that I showed y'all up here, he ended up working for the dealership that I went to. So he told me to come up there and he was like, look at the cars. And I'm just like, man, I can't afford these cars. Knowing daggone way I actually can. So I was like, looking at the cars and stuff. So I was like, I want this one. This is the one I seen online. I want this one. So he told me, still in person, he told me driving around, So he was like, I'm like, you ain't gonna ride with me? He was like, nah, drive it around and just tell me how you like it. He was like, just come back before we close. So I was like, okay, I feel like it's mine already. So I'm driving around. I'm like, okay, so I bring it back because my husband finally pulls up to the dealership. Because I thought I would need a co-signer because I needed the co-signer for the other one. So I thought I would need it. So boom, we get to the dealership and the man, he was like, just tried to go through Navy Federal again. And mind you guys, I was already $2,000 debt with Navy Federal. But when I started, when God started blessing me with my finance again, I began to pay Navy Federal off. So I didn't even know that I don't know how much I owed Navy Federal, but let me see. I'm about to tell y'all right now. Let me tell y'all. I don't know how much I owe Navy Federal, but I know it was under like 2 something or something. So I was paid down so low that I didn't even know I was paid down that low, y'all. It was probably 360 or 260, one or the other, y'all. So boom. He was like, see if Navy Federal finance you, and here go me doubting myself. And mind y'all, I used to never doubt myself. I'm not the type of person that doubt myself. Anything I feel like I want, I tell myself, you can do it, Porsha. You can get it. You'll get it. You got this. That's the type of person I am. Like, you can do it. Anything you want, you can get. And I'm telling anybody up here that's watching this video, anything you want, baby, you can get it. Period. Don't doubt yourself. You can get it. So I'm sorry I had to get a little ratchet with y'all, but I'm telling you, anything that you want, you got to speak over your life. You can get it. And mind y'all, I spoke this over my life when I was 19. I'm 21 years old now. I told my husband, and my husband reminded me of this. My husband told me, he said, babe, you told yourself by the time you turned 21, or when you were 21, you were going to buy your first Benz. And I bought my first Benz. Basically, I just told y'all, but basically I bought my first Benz. But I want to tell y'all how the process happened. So when I got to the place, the man told me to call Navy Federal to see if they were going to finance me, because if he would have had to run me through all the banks, it's just too much, don't pull on your credit. And it's important that you guys learn about credit. It's very important. So they were going to pull your credit and all this stuff. And he was like, just see. So I'm just like, no, Navy Federal not going to do it. They're not going to do it for me because I owe them. So boom. So I called Navy Federal like, hey, yeah, I'm at the, no, first of all, I did the application on my phone, told them how much I made, So then I called them because they said your application is pending. So that was the first like blink from God. Like, is you believe in me, Porsha? I need you to start believing right now that you can have this. You can have this, but I need you to believe, because anytime a bank says pending, that means pre-approval. That means you are pre-approved already, but you're not actually approved yet. If they don't want to give you nothing, they'll say no. So I was already pre-approved when I even owed the money. So that's already a blessing off him, because the lady even said banks usually don't even pre-approve you when you owe the money. Like, that's crazy. So they pre-approved me. I called them like, yeah, I'm at the car dealership right now. Like, is there any way we can get through it? So she like, let me do my stuff. So I'm sitting on the phone, like my heart beating, like, God, I'm like, God, I really want this car. So God said, calm your nerves. That's all you gotta do is calm down. So I calmed down, y'all. I'm listening to the Lord, like, I'm calming down. So I calmed down, and the lady said, Miss, at this point I was Miss Jordan. So she said, Miss Jordan, all we need you to do is pay the balance that you owe, and we will approve you for the loan. So I'm like, well, how much do I owe? I'm thinking she about to say like $2,000. And at this point, whatever she said, I really had to finance to pay it, whether it was $2,000, $3,000, or I had the money saved to pay whatever she said. But I was still hoping. I didn't want to pay that much, because mind you guys, I was still paying for a wedding and moving out my mom's house. So I wasn't trying to push out that much for a car right now. So she was like, you only owe, I think she said $260 or $360. I can't remember. So she said, you owe that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, ma'am, you can pull that out my savings right now. Stop playing with me. So she pulled it out my savings. She was like, well, Ms. Jordan, we want to tell you congratulations on your new car. You have been approved for the loan. So boom, I'm approved. So y'all know I'm geeked. I'm geeked up. So I'm like, babe, I'm approved. And he was like, you don't need me? I was like, no, babe, I don't need no cosigner. I got it by myself. When God gives you something, he will give it to you. You will not need nobody else but him. I'm trying to tell y'all. So boom, got my car. So I came from a 2013 Kia Optima Hybrid to a 2019 Mercedes-Benz Coupe, honey. Do y'all know how big of a difference that is? And mind you, I'm only 21. This is my second car in my whole entire life. I got this all by myself. A 2019, brand new. It had like 16,000 miles up there. Y'all, that's a blessing. I don't know if whoever watching this, if you're watching this, your face looks slow. Look, just exit, because that's a blessing. I need all smiles right now. That's a blessing. Y'all don't understand. That is a blessing. It's a blessing, because Then I started to ask God, now what am I doing to deserve everything that I'm getting right now? So mind y'all, I prayed for a new car. I spoke for a new car anyways, too. Prayed for financial blessings, got it. Prayed for business growth, got it. Prayed for everything. I'm just saying, everything I prayed for, I got it. Everything I cried to God for in February, by the time June came, like that pastor told me, the pastor told me in January, by the time June came, everything will be okay. I will have everything I needed. By the time June came, everything that I needed, I had. Everything. Every single thing. And from there on, from here on out, I never had my disbelief in God. My life has been awesome. I'm married now. I got married in August. I got married August 29th of 2020. So I am a married woman now. Y'all see the bling, 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 bling. So I'm a married woman now. Y'all, everything has worked out. Me and my husband, we got our first apartment. Like, everything worked out for us. Business is off the chain. Like, make sure you guys shop with me. Y'all know my site, stylesonyoutube.com. I have lashes, lip gloss, all that stuff, but that's not for this video anyways. That's for another time. But we're talking about blessings. We're talking about miracles, guys. I just want y'all to always remember this. Never to give up. It's going to be times where you're going through the worst of the worst. But that's the time that you need to tell the devil, you will not take over my life. Devil, you will not take over my head. Devil, you will not win. Devil, you cannot win. Devil, I got God on my side. That's the time when you need to tell God, I need you. Look, you crash your car, say thank you, Jesus. He probably about to give you another one in the next minute. That's how God works, bro. The devil will make you try to think you lost something. And anything that you think you lost was meant for you to lose. God will make that. I'm trying to tell you. God, when you look, every time I pray to God, now I'm like, God, show off. God been showing off in my life ever since. He always showed off in my life. And you know what? All honesty, y'all, I'm so happy God put me through what he put me through. And I'm so happy I went through what I went through, because I wouldn't be as grateful as I am now. I wouldn't know how to appreciate the things that I got now. I wouldn't know how to praise God for the things that I got now if I never went through what I went through. Because I was so used to getting. And I never been through nothing, depression. I never questioned God back in my times and stuff. But when I went through that stuff, I know how it feels now. I know how it feels to go broke. I know how it feels to want to kill yourself. I know how it feels to question God and disbelief in God. I know how that stuff feel now. And now that I've been through it and I went through it, I can help somebody else get through it. Remember, everything you go through is for you to help the next person get through. That's it. That's all, y'all. And when I tell y'all, God do not give up on you. You have to stop giving up on God. That's what you got to do. When we go through stuff, that's the time that we got to depend on God the most. I'm trying to tell y'all, my life has changed tremendously. And I'm so happy, y'all. Look, I'm so happy that I did not know that my little video, would help so many people. It brings me tears to my eyes. Like, I cried literally seeing everybody repost my stuff, seeing all the good messages. Like, it's making me teary-eyed right now. I'm trying not to cry because y'all know how I am. I don't like crying. So, look, I'm trying to tell y'all, I did not know that I would help so many people. Just telling them about my life and everything I went through. Everybody think, oh, Porsha is the most perfect Porsha. The Christian girl Porsha. Pastor P, as they call me. No, y'all. I'm not perfect, bro. I go through the same thing a lot of people go through out here. It's just that, but the difference between me and you, is I know how to pray. And y'all got to learn how to pray. Even if it's a simple prayer, y'all don't got to speak in tongues and roll your eyes to the back of your head. You don't got to do that. Just pray to God. God knows your prayer. He will hear you. Look, the purpose of this is for new beginnings. I want everybody to have new beginnings. This is my new beginning. I'm trying to tell you, I asked God to change everything about me. I asked God to take me away from people that I don't need to be around. Let me tell you something. I said, God, change me. God changed me so much. He even changed my last name. My last name not even Jordan no more. I'm PorshaWhite. Like, Porsha Jordan is the girl. Porsha Jordan is the girl that made me strong, who I am today. Porsha Jordan is the girl that got me here. But PorshaWhite is the person that's going to finish it off. PorshaWhite is the one that's going to lead everybody in the right path. PorshaWhite is going to do the works of God. PorshaWhite is the one that's going to be here for people. Like, Porsha Jordan is the hurt girl. She was going through a lot. That girl was hurt. That girl was in pain. That girl wanted to die. PorshaWhite ain't in pain. PorshaWhite ain't hurt. PorshaWhite don't want to die. PorshaWhite want to help everybody get through it. You can get through it, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, I wear my little sterling silver cross on my neck every day. Let me tell y'all, give y'all life to God. I'm not perfect. Yes, I might still curse a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. My aunt had called me. I'm going to call her back. But look, like I was saying, I might still curse. I might shake my butt and dance. But I'm still going to be a real person at the end of the day. But I'm going to still tell y'all, don't give up. Go to God. Like, He will take care of everything. When I tell y'all everything. I hope y'all like this video. I hope I encouraged somebody today. I hope I built somebody's spirit up today. I hope I can help a lot of young folk like myself to get through it, because I feel like I told somebody that it's sad that us young folk have to go through so much and experience so much for us to be so young. But you know what? Like I tell y'all, we go through stuff for a reason. If it hit us now, it make us stronger later. So look, y'all got this. Don't give up on yourself. Depend on God more. I don't read my Bible every day. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie. I don't read my Bible every day. I barely can tell y'all. I can tell y'all one scripture that I remember in the Bible. That's John 3:16. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't read my Bible every day, but I do talk to God. I'm not perfect. Let me tell you, I'm not perfect. When I read the Bible, sometimes I learn so much stuff reading the Bible. The way I read it, I learn a lot. But I'm not perfect, y'all. I'm not no pastor. I'm not no preacher. But I promise God that if you will help me get through this, I will deliver a message to the people that you are real. And I'm just doing my promise. That's all I am. And I'm going to just tell y'all, if you don't got no church home, watch church on TV. That's what I'm doing right now because of COVID. And to the church that I really want to go to, open back up. Watch church on TV. On Sundays, give God your time. Give it to Him in the morning. Even if you can give God an hour of your time, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. Give Him some time, y'all. Come on now. Like, everything will work out for y'all. Keep y'all head up. For everybody in the messages that told me that it's hard for them to get through it, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. You just gotta get through it when you really ready. When you really send that prayer to God, you'll get through it. Because I was ready. I was ready to get through it. It's not good to stay depressed. Don't stay in that cycle. Don't stay there. You'll get through it. You can do it. Let me say, if I can do it, if little old Porsha can get through it, Adrian was my heart. Adrian still is my heart. But you have to, accept that loved one is gone. That what took me so long. I could not accept that. Accept that he is gone. He or she is gone. That person is gone. 2, ask God to help you get through whatever you're going through. And 3, believe. You have to believe it in your heart, bro. You have to believe it. If you can believe that the best can be done for you, God will do everything for you. That's all you gotta do. Y'all, I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. I love y'all so much. Thank you for all the subscribers, y'all. I got over 100 subscribers in one day. I love it here. So, like I said, my YouTube, me and my husband's YouTube, it's not gonna be just about me. It's gonna be, I just wanted to share this with you guys because that was my promise to God. I would share it to the world, and this is my way of sharing it to the world until I make it on international TV to tell my testimony. I'm speaking it into existence now. You gotta speak it into existence. So, I'm sharing it to y'all now. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. This channel is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna make sure my channel it lifts people up. This is why I want my channel to be funny. I want this channel to be dope. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna have pranks. We're gonna have so much fun activities of what we do on our regular basis of life. We're gonna have story times. We're about to do one soon of how we met each other, who liked who first, like stuff that y'all like. It's not just gonna be about stuff like this. I just needed to share this with y'all. This is something that I need to share with y'all. It's gonna be more fun. So I just, look, if you got a friend that got a friend, tell them share it. If you feel like somebody needs to listen to this video, send it to them. Tell them subscribe. Again, I'm PorshaWhite. Follow me on Instagram, PorshaWhite_. Add me on Facebook at PorshaWhite. Remember, I'm the most popular hairstylist in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Let me stop. No, y'all, just all kidding. Remember, y'all, shop my products, shop everything. This is Porsha and Dre's world. Again, I'm PorshaWhite, and I love y'all so much, and I pray that I helped and I touched a lot of hearts today. Like I always say, as long as you're faithful to me, I'll stay faithful to you. Bye.